is the heartbeat of the people. The ghetto people, and when I say ghetto people, the people who cannot afford to go to big concerts. Some of these people do not even have TV, so they cannot afford cable.
Footage, I mean, I'm still lost for words at like how you were able to just like bring a man of such caliber, Jay Lethal. The man came from his championship reign at another promotion, came to do a great match that he put together at House of Glory, and just found a way to call you out during the show. I mean, what brings us here?
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's been some behind the scenes stuff going on with me and Jay Lethal. All right, me and Jay Lethal. I mean, honestly, I don't particularly care for the man. I don't really particularly care for anybody that's associated with the House of Glory. You want to be honest with you. And it's apparent that Jay Lethal, as you heard, set up a similar situation that another trainer from the House of Glory has done before, the Amazing Red. And one by one, I eliminated all their students until I got to the head leader and took him out.
Well, it seems as though now that Mr. Lethal has threw out a challenge to you for June 30th, in which you will face a wrestler in which he's trained himself at House of Glory.
Who cares? Another future bum? What's up with the House of Glory? They trying to raise future bum. They didn't do a good job with Alex Reyes. Alex Reyes is a future star. That's what they do professionally. They raise future bums. You know what I'm saying? They had a defect in Alex Reyes, and look what happened. Alex Reyes joined the greatest wrestling family of all times, the Dean family.
But it does seem kind of contradictory of how you're saying that House of Glory brings up bums, but yet you were easily and quickly to recruit Alex Reyes, who was possibly their top prospect in their schooling.
Oh, it's as simple as this. When you have such a talent like Alex Reyes, you cannot stand as a guy in my position, being the head leader of the Dean family, being an intelligent guy. You cannot sit here and watch another guy with almost the same amount of talent like you have, possibly has the biggest future in professional wrestling to date, and watch him soil themselves with the likes of House of Glory members. You can't sit idly by and watch that, and I couldn't do that myself either. So I had to do what I had to do. We discussed what we discussed, and as you've seen the results at the last Pro Slam World Show, 1, 2, 3, 4-0. And Jay Lethal, guess what? Whatever bum student you bring in, June 30th, 5-0.
Well, since you bring that up, let's cut to the footage of your response during the House of Glory show after Jay Lethal.
Go right ahead.
Throw me in the
Oh, give me 1 second. I got something to say about these two bums that had something to say about the greatest talk shows of all time. Shut up!
You seem to have gotten off at just like this random tangent, and really, I still don't understand how is it that you're able to really believe, as you say, you're not a wrestler, but yet you put yourself in these predicaments as though if you were a wrestler.
I'm a tough son of a watch your mouth.
Okay. We understand where you're coming from. All right, fine. All right, June 30th, Pro Slam World.
June 30th.
Big card on the horizon. You're going to be facing
one of Jay Lethal's handpicked bums.
Do you have any idea who this wrestler will be?
Well, when you're a tremendous athlete, like I say I am, not a professional wrestler. Watch the idiots out there say, "Ooh, he say he's a professional wrestler." No, when you're a tremendous athlete like I say I am, you're not afraid of any type of bum competition that there is or that they throw in front of you. Not at all. I'm not intimidated. Do I look intimidated?
Okay. Before we close our segment out.
It's funny. Everybody's seen the beating that I took by that bum Amazing Red. Yes, I took a beating, but I'm still here giving an interview with the likes of you, talking about a future bum that I'm about to beat at the House of Glory. One of Jay Lethal's students.
Okay, before we go to put a close to this,
Yeah, I hope this leads up to something.
It does lead to the fact that actually at the end of our last Pro Slam event, there was an initiative that was thrown out there. You were giving back your show, and on a future dated event, you will have to face Brandon Resto. We've all seen the footage.
All right, you know what?
We've seen the events that led up to this reasoning of why you must face Mr. Pretty in Pink, Brandon Resto himself. Any comments?
Same thing that you was doing last time. Same thing. Throwing things. When we're here talking about the future bum that I'm about to wrestle as far as Jay Lethal's number one student.
We still haven't gotten a resolution to the incident that occurred with Brandon Resto. I mean,
Brandon Resto, real simple put. Brandon Resto, August 11th, I got you. August 11th, best out of 3 falls. I have to commend Brandon Resto. He did agree. Yes, he did agree to something even that bum Amazing Red wouldn't agree to.
Well, do you have anything?
Best 3. Best 2. I'm sorry. Best 2.
No.
Best 2 out of 3 falls. That's what we're looking for. Best 2 out of 3 falls. So,
well, knowing what you are capable of doing and
Right.
the Dean family, is there anything that you have in store for Mr. Resto to soften him up leading up to the August?
Well, guess what? Guess what? I have to admit, once again, I have to commend that little fruitcake. That little soft man. That he actually accepted an even term, you know. And if you notice, I know nothing about wrestling, but I stepped into y'all world, y'all professional wrestlers' world, and I've shaken it up quite well. Now, guess what? How about you, Mr. Brandon Resto, step into my world? Let's do a little bit of boxing. And that's what we're going to do. It's going to be a boxing match. A wrestling match back in your world. And guess what? Something we'll both be handicapped in. A blindfold match. Seeing is believing. Dummy.
Just before I close, the views and comments in which Mr. Larenz Dean himself has said previously does not represent the views and comments of Pro Slammer and his commentator, Mr. Ear to the Mat, Jay Santy.
Who are we scared? This is what scared people do. They announce disclaimers automatically. See, that's what happens when you're around the likes of Larenz Dean, a real wrestling talk show host.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and
like that, right?
tuning in.
They like that. That's what you did the first time around. Right back at you. Didn't like that, right?
All right. I think you have a voice
I got
box
your
on your
number.
own show. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to Turnbuckle Tabloid. I'm your host, Mr. Ear to the Mat, Jay Santy, here with...
and the reason why Turnbuckle Tabloid is going to do some type of numbers in the future is because Larenz Dean was the very first... What? Host. No, not host. Guest on it. Well, I'm like a host. It's like I'm doing it all. I'm like asking the good questions, answering it, you know. Why are you here for? Why are you here for?
I hope there's water in that bottle. Signing off.
And I'm not even getting paid for it.
Signing off on the 3 count. 1, 2, 3.
Them a mad over way. New York girl, them a mad over way. New York girl, them a mad over way. New York girl, them a mad over way.